Many promising stars from the golden age of Hollywood died before they could fulfill their full potential. James Dean's career had just begun when his life was tragically ended by a car accident, and the actress, Sharon Tate, was preparing to give birth when the Manson murderers appeared at her doorstep. Join us as we revisit the lives of these Hollywood stars who left us too soon. Robert Haron. Robert Haron was a young actor brimming with talent and promise, but sadly, his life was cruelly cut short before he began to soar. From a young age, Robert exhibited a natural charm and an irresistible magnetism that drew people to him. At just 14, he found his way into the fledgling film industry, working as an errand boy. It was here that he caught the eye of D.W. Griffith, a pioneering director who saw in Robert a raw, untapped potential. This chance meeting would set the stage for Robert's rise to stardom. Robert Haron's acting career blossomed under Griffith's mentorship. He quickly transitioned from bit parts to more substantial roles, capturing audiences with his expressive face and captivating performances. He became a central figure in many of Griffith's silent films, known for his roles in The Birth of a Nation in 1915 and Intolerance in 1916. Robert's work was not just about the characters he played. It was about the humanity he brought to the screen. He had a unique ability to make his audience feel every joy, sorrow, and triumph as if it were their own. His eyes, full of depth and sincerity, spoke volumes in an era when films relied solely on visual storytelling. Despite his growing fame, Robert remained humble and grounded. He was known for his kind-hearted nature and his dedication to his craft. He had the potential to make it big in the industry, but fate had other plans. Tragedy struck on September 5, 1920, when Robert Haron was found with a gunshot wound in his New York hotel room. Some say it was an accident, a tragic mishap with a revolver he had kept. Others whisper of deeper despair that might have led him to take his own life. He lingered for several days in the hospital, succumbing to his injuries on September 8, 1920, at the tender age of 27. Myrtle Gonzalez. Myrtle was busy entertaining her audiences back in the 1910s when a cruel pandemic struck and claimed her life. Born on September 28, 1891, in the vibrant heart of Los Angeles, Myrtle grew up with dreams of dominating the screens. From a young age, her ethereal beauty and undeniable talent set her apart. She quickly captivated audiences, becoming one of the first Latina actresses to grace Hollywood's fledgling film industry. Myrtle's ascent to stardom was swift and breathtaking. Her performances were imbued with a rare sensitivity and depth, capturing the hearts of viewers. She became known for her roles in silent films, bringing characters to life with a grace that seemed almost otherworldly. Films like The Chalice of Courage and The Level showcased her extraordinary range, and it was clear to everyone that Myrtle Gonzalez was destined for greatness. But fate is often cruel. As her career soared, Myrtle's life was unexpectedly cut short. On a chilly December day in 1918, at the age of just 27, she succumbed to the Spanish flu, a relentless epidemic that claimed millions of lives worldwide. Olive Thomas. To everyone else, Olive Thomas was the very embodiment of beauty and ambition, but behind closed doors, she was fighting demons that eventually led her to her grave. Her journey began humbly, winning a beauty contest that propelled her from obscurity to the bustling streets of New York City. There, she dazzled as a Ziegfeld Follies girl, her beauty captivating all who laid eyes on her. But it was the movies that truly called to her, and soon she found herself in the heart of Hollywood, where dreams are spun into reality. Olive's ascent was meteoric. She starred in a string of silent films, her expressive eyes and enchanting smile winning the hearts of audiences and critics alike. She was not just another starlet, she was made for the screens. Yet, behind the glamour and the glow of the footlights, Olive's life was tumultuous. Her marriage to Jack Pickford, the brother to Mary Pickford, was a whirlwind of passion and volatility. They were the darlings of the public eye, but their relationship was marred by the pressures of fame and addiction. It wasn't long before she met her untimely death. On night of September 5th, 1920, in Paris, she ingested mercury bichloride, a medication allegedly intended for her husband's chronic syphilis. Despite the frantic efforts of doctors, Olive succumbed to the poison 2 days later. If you are enjoying this video, smash the subscribe button and stay tuned for more. Peg and Twistle. From a young age, Peg and Twistle dreamt of becoming a famous actress. Little did she know that death would come knocking early. She was a young starlet with dreams taller than the Hollywood sign itself, captivated audiences with her promising talent. Born in 1908, she found her way to the silver screen, showcasing her acting prowess in Broadway before making her mark in Hollywood. Her role in 13 Women was her ticket to fame, earning praise for her performance. But behind the scenes, Peg battled with the shadows of disappointment and longing for recognition in Hollywood. In September 1932, at the tender age of 24, Peg decided to end it all. She bid her family farewell, claiming that she was going to meet with friends, but she had other plans. The actress went and climbed the top of the Hollywoodland sign, and in a moment of solace, she released her body and fell to the ground. Barbara Lamar. From her early years, Barbara was a woman of many lives, an adventurer at heart. Her captivating presence and vibrant personality drew people to her like moths to a flame. By the time she was a teenager, she had already eloped, danced in vaudeville, and tasted the wild freedom of a bohemian lifestyle. She had an insatiable thirst for life and experiences, each one adding to the mosaic of her mystique. In the early 1920s, Hollywood beckoned, and Barbara answered the call. She quickly became the girl who was too beautiful. In a span of over 20 films, each performance more enchanting than the last, Barbara was said to have lived intensely, often to her own detriment. The endless parties, the relentless filming schedules, and her tumultuous personal life took a toll on her health. She was constantly in the public eye, yet deeply alone, grappling with the pressures of stardom and her inner demons. Barbara's health began to wane, her body succumbing to the strain of her fast-paced life. In her final days, she remained a figure of beauty and grace, but her eyes told the story of a soul weary from the journey. On January 30th, 1926, at the tender age of 29, the world lost Barbara Lamar. She was said to have died of tuberculosis and nephritis. Florence Florence was a rising star in silent films, known for her roles in The $1 Million Mystery and The Woman in White. Her talent shone brightly, and she was on the path to becoming a huge star. But in 1917, at just 29, her life was tragically cut short in a car accident. Florence's death shocked everyone who loved her films and admired her beauty and grace. Her promising career ended too soon, but her legacy lives on through her unforgettable performances. Virginia Rappe. Virginia was a promising actress in Hollywood during the Roaring '20s. She was celebrated for her beauty and talent on the silver screen. Her career was on a steady ascent, capturing the attention of directors and audiences alike. However, tragedy struck at a party organized by Fatty Arbuckle in 1921. Amid the glitz and excitement, Virginia fell critically ill. Despite efforts to save her, she tragically passed away on the 9th of September 1921 at the age of 30. Her death sparked a highly publicized trial, centered around the actor Roscoe, Fatty Arbuckle, who was accused of causing her fatal injury. He was later exonerated, but there were rumors about his involvement in her death for years. Sharon Tate. Sharon Tate was a rising star of the 1960s, shimmered with promise before fate darkened her path. Known for her ethereal beauty and acting prowess, she graced screens with roles like Jennifer North in Valley of the Dolls, captivating audiences with her charm and talent. Sadly, tragedy struck on a fateful August night in 1969. Pregnant and full of life's promise, Sharon fell victim to a senseless act of violence by followers of Charles Manson. This brutal murder not only robbed Hollywood of a talented actress, but also extinguished a bright future that was destined for greatness. Jean Harlow. She may have lived a short life, but this actress sure made a mark in Hollywood. Born in 1911, she was destined for stardom. Her roles in Hell's Angels and Dinner at 8 cemented her as a leading lady, known for her wit and charisma. But fame came at a cost. Behind the glamour, Jean faced personal turmoil and heartbreak. Tragedy struck in 1937 when she was only 26. The world mourned as news spread of her sudden death from kidney failure. James Dean. Once upon a time, he was a young star burning bright, but it was only a matter of time before his light was dimmed. Known for iconic roles in Rebel Without a Cause and East of Eden, he embodied the restless spirit of a generation. Just as fame embraced him tightly, tragedy struck swiftly. At the tender age of 24, his promising journey ended in a fatal car crash in 1955. Thanks for watching to the end. Don't forget to subscribe and suggest topics you'll like us to discuss in upcoming videos.